So that's what the half halts come in. You kind of activate him, and then you receive that energy in your hand, and you kind of bring him back just a little bit. And when you feel that he's coming back to you, then you let go a little bit, or you release. You know what I mean? Like a half hold is you come back a little bit with your seat, with your hand, and he's gonna keep going. He's not gonna stop his hind leg from moving, but then he's gonna be a little bit like this, like going. You want to have the feeling that, you know how airplanes land with the hind first and then they come down. That's what you need, the feeling that you're going up all the time. Even if you work horses low and round to get like their back loose and their back coming up, but you always need to have control of their hind end. And then from there, if you have control of the hind end, and you can move the shoulder to wherever the hind end is, then you can do anything. So you can use counter flexions too when you feel that you need that suppleness. I mean, that's what you need to be feeling. Exactly. And if you ever feel that he's getting too round, if you make him too round, it's okay. But if he's getting too round on his own, then it's not okay. Because you're the one that needs to be making the decision, not him. You know, so if he's coming up on his own without you asking, then you bring him back down. And if he's getting too round and not wanting to touch the bit, you know, when they get like this, like, okay, fine, I'm not touching you, then you need to touch him again and bring him up. Like, it always needs to be your idea. As long as it's your idea, and it's okay. So I would do a little bit of trot. First, do loose, trot, low, whatever, so we get like the whole from start to finish a little bit. And you can do rising trot, sitting trot, whatever you feel most comfortable. You do a little bit of both. There, exactly, that's good. And you think all the time that you want your hands to be steady. Think body, quiet, hands steady. That's good. And there you need to receive a little bit of that energy on your outside rein. You're letting him fall a little bit on the forehand. You need to have a little more contact on your outside rein. There. And now bring him back a little bit. Do a little smaller steps.
I have a question though.
Sorry?
I have a question.
Yes.
How do I get the energy to the outside when his inside hind is still to the inside? That's what steps to the outside.
Okay, it's whatever you're pushing with that inside rein and with that inside leg, you feel that you're receiving on your outside rein. Like you want a really, not strong, but steady, like consistent contact on the outside rein.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, how am I supposed to get that feel when his inside hind's not stepping to the outside rein?
I mean, it's stepping pretty good right now. I mean, it's just little by little, you leg yield him from your inside leg yield him to your outside rein. And now bring him back a little bit, and you need to sometimes flex him and counter flex him to the outside. Exactly, there you go. So there you make him straight. Not all the time, you can't be all the time looking to the inside.
Right.
You know?
My problem is though that his rib cage stays to the inside and his inside hind stays to the inside.
Yeah, that's okay. It's straight. I mean, if he looks good, he's stepping kind of even with both. The look is good, and he looks just fine. He just needs to be a little bit quicker, and you need to bring him a little more uphill. So shorten your rein a little bit. Let's try a smaller trot. Shorten your rein, and now shorten the stride. Shorten the stride. Bend him to the outside a little bit. Straight. Change rein. And in that small active trot, good. And now just shorten your rein and try to keep your hand quiet, steady right there in front of you. There. Exactly. Hand super quiet. too much to keep him round. Super, that was really nice there. And let's go to rising trot. There, and open the stride a little bit, just make him a little quicker in the high neck. Make him quicker and now come back. There, and now make him quicker again. So we're gonna go forward and back so you get the feeling of getting his hind end really under you. That looks nice. There you go. And now go to rising trot again. And right away sitting again and make him organize all that energy under you. Quiet hand. Good job. Now let's change your hand again and see what happens. Do little steps. Active but little. Like you need to have the feeling that he's taking you. If you have the feeling that you have to push it with your feet to keep going, then it's not right. You need to have the feeling that you can sit quietly, steady. There, that's much better. And on the long side, I want you to counterflex him a little bit. And now keep your hand quiet. That's much better now. Shorten your reins a little bit, and I want you to try to make him be a little bit more up. Even though this is good work for training, just to see, and now put your hands back again. You can't keep your hands up here, because then he's going to kind of curl. Even though that's the feeling that we get, like if we raise our hand, then he's going to stay raised. But no, you need to kind of give the half hold and then stay quiet again. There, that's nice. See, now he's really active behind. He's taking you, it looks like. Good. And now do even smaller steps. And if you feel that he's stopping on his own, then you have to give him like a nice kick that he reacts. More on his own, more on his own. It's okay if he makes a mistake so you can correct it, you know? Try to do little steps without doing anything. Just a good preparation, of course. And then if he stops on his own, then you give him a good kick forward. And then we repeat. There, that's good. And now send him forward for a couple steps. More forward. You need to be able to feel that there's a difference between your medium trot and your collected trot. There. And now come back again. Just open your shoulders. There. And now send him forward. Send him forward. More. Get a reaction. There you go. And now come back. Good. Now change rein again, and we can do a little canter to the right. Exactly. You don't let your reins get longer and longer as you go. And do a walk transition from really small steps into walk, and that you have the feeling that he keeps walking on his own. He doesn't stop. There. Exactly. The feeling for you always needs to be forward. And then from a really collected, active walk, then you ask for canter. But make sure you have the walk first, the really active walk, so he knows that something's coming up. So the transition is smooth, and you don't have to beg for it, like I had to for the first couple times. So now give him a kick so he walks a little more active. There, now bring him back, that's good. That's exactly the reaction that you want. And now back to walk. And again, really active, and from there with your inside leg on the girth and your outside leg back, then you ask for the transition to canter right away. Good, it's okay. And pat him. Even though it wasn't so quick, it was a good reaction. And here again, on the long side, sometimes you have to counter bend him and maybe bring his butt in a little bit, just play with all the bending and the leg yielding. He needs to be supple, in his body, in his pole, in his mouth. you go. And a little bit more active and on the hind end. So open the stride a little bit here on the long side. Open the stride. Open the stride. There you go. And now come back with your shoulders. Yes. Come back. Use your outside rein to come back.
Good job, Lindsay. Better you than me.
This is very good. Now we're going to do a couple trot canter transitions. For the trot transition, I don't want you to just let it fall. Yeah, like that. Like that, yeah. So do another canter trot. This is a really nice trot. Good boy. So now a little more active behind. That you feel that you can take your leg away and he's going to stay on automatic. So now I want you to make the canter a little bit smaller. So make him active there. You have to touch him sometimes with your, exactly. That was a good correction. Did you feel that? That you kind of like let go and he's gonna go to trot on his own. So they're just trying to make this stride a little bit smaller. Just instead of fitting 20 strides, you want to fit, I don't know, 25 strides or something. And now to going to trot, you just counter flex him a little bit and you let him go to trot. Good. Again, canter. Good. And right away, trot. Don't let him fall on the forehand. He needs to carry you, not the other way around.
Starting to feel a little funny.
Sorry?
Starting to feel like a little funny, like it's getting a little sore.
Okay. Like he's getting sore?
Yeah, I just
He's probably tired, Monica.
I think so. He's a little tired because he was a little more dull since the beginning, so
Yeah.
he is probably a little tired. But
Yeah.
he's okay. You have to work around. We're not doing crazy work here. He's tired, but he looks good. I mean, he doesn't look sore to me. Does he?
No. You looked sore to me earlier, but when she got him down.
I mean, sometimes what you feel is that just that a little bit of tiredness or laziness. Like if he takes a funky step, but it's okay. Now do another canter transition. Now medium canter, like let me see a difference between your collected, and there you go. And now before the corner, you bring him back and you reorganize all that energy under you. Touch, touch, and make him active without being runny. Yeah, now come back. Good, that looks really nice now. So now let's change rein wherever you want to a nice, smooth trot transition. Good, that was really nice. See, that was smooth. You I didn't even know that you were gonna ask for something. That's the way it should look. Like, I'm just sitting here having a good time. And he's doing everything on his own. And now again, before the corner, you have to slow it down, organize all that energy. There, exactly. See, if you organize his energy under him before every corner you have halt, then it's super nice.
I mean, that's like amazing. That's the best thing I've learned.
Yes.
Because I run him into the corner.
Exactly. We tend to just like run off, and in the corner, obviously they're going to kind of like fall this way, and then their legs are all over the place. And now do some canter to this side. Good, beautiful. And come, a little more active. He needs to, canter needs to be 3-beat. It needs to be da-ga-da, da-ga-da, da-ga-da. Not da-ga-da-ga-da. There you go. And now steady with your hand. Don't do something all the time. Don't feel, you can't be making corrections all the time. Good. That's much better. Now you open the stride just a little bit, and then for your corner, or your pretend corner, then you're gonna bring it back. Good, and bring it back also with your outside ring. Feel that you have a lot of contact on your outside. Good, beautiful. And now let's try just to do a little bit more collection. Open your shoulders, keep them active, and then slow it down a little bit, or make the stride smaller. Use a circle, like the circle I was doing here, around this brown and yellow, around me, let's say, and then carry him with your outside ring. There, you feel that? Exactly, and when you feel that he's slowing down, then you just tap, tap. You make sure there's a reaction, and then you slow it down again. Good. Exactly. That's where we need to make him quicker. You see that it's harder for him to be super quick and super collected in a small circle. So we need to teach him to be quick. And we teach him that by opening the stride, shortening the stride, opening the stride, shortening the stride. Okay, now do trot transition. Smooth. Beautiful pattern. And then again, pick him up with your carry. Help him carry in the outside ring. There, bend it to the outside. Good girl. And now slow it down. Small steps. Now let's let him walk for a little bit. Good. And even when you walk, when you finish walking, at the beginning at least, let him keep marching. So it's always work.
Good job. Interesting, because he's tight, and yet we're slowing down and just kind of bring him kind of